everyone. Myself Bhumi Patel, Assistant Professor at LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Instrumentation and Control. Today's our topic is relative gain array in the unit number 5, Introduction to Multivariable System. So first of all, what is the relative gain array? Okay, so it's provide two important things: a measure of the process interaction and recommendation of the most effective pairing of M and Y. As we discussed in the last session, there are different types of MIMO system in the control system. So we can change the pairing of the MIMO system. We can change the manipulator and the control variable. So which pair is best for this particular system, that we have to identify using the relative gain array. So if lambda ij is the relative gain array between yi and uj, then because y is our multi-loop output and u is my multivariable input, we can check the multivariable from n cross n input output pair. So we can take here yi and uj. So what is the exact relative gain? It is lambda ij, that is equal to del yi upon del uj into u upon del yi upon del uj into y is equal to, this is my open loop gain and this is my closed loop gain. We have to check the most effective pair for this particular system. So here where yi, that is ith control variable, and uj is the jth manipulate variable, and kij, that is equal to open loop steady state gain between the yi and uj, which is evaluated with all manipulating variable except uj is the constant. Now dy upon duj, y is evaluated with all control variable except yi held constant. We can take yi as a constant variable. So for more understanding, we can take one example using the multivariable controller. So here two system is given, y1 and y2. y1 is equal to k11u1 plus k12u2. y2 is equal to k21u1 plus k22u2. Now here what is k11, k12? So k11, k12, k21, k22 are open loop gain. While for dy upon dui, y2 we keep, y2 is equal to 0 and u2 is equal to 0 is adjusted such that we can get u2 is equal to minus k21 upon k22 u1. Okay, so y1 is equal to k11 u1 plus k12 as it is, and we can put u2 is equal to minus k21 upon k22 u1. So we can get y1 is equal to k11 u1 minus k12 k21 k22 u1. So y1 upon u1, where y2 is equal to 0, that is equal to k11 in bracket 1 minus k12 k21 upon k11 k22. So lambda 11, that is equal to k11 upon k11 in this bracket 1 minus k12 k21 upon k11 k22. So y11 is equal to 1 upon 1 minus k21 k12 upon k11 k22. So what we can do, the two equation is given, okay, and open loop gain is given. We can keep y2 is equal to 0 and u2 is equal to 0. So we can get the value of lambda 11. Same thing will be applied if we can take y1 is equal to 0 and u1 is equal to 0. So using this equation for jth output characteristic, how much characteristic of ui such that another output characteristic is 0 replaced by dyi upon duj. So here for all you want to keep y2 is equal to 0 and thus y1 can be no. So whenever the two loop or two equation will be given, we can keep y2 is equal to 0. So we can find the value of u1 and y1. So the relative gain array is used to get the recommendation on the most suitable pair so that we can tune controller with the high gain value. So we can take one by one controller as a 0 and we can check what is the best suitable pair for this particular plan, and we can easily tune the controller with the high gain value. Okay, so lambda is depend on the steady state gain only, and so it does not consider the dynamic of the process. Suppose example is given. The process variable is given gp of s, that is equal to minus 2 e raised to minus 3 upon 10s plus 1, 1.5 e raised to minus 3 upon s plus 1, 1.5 into e raised to minus s upon s plus 1, and 2 e raised to minus s upon 10s plus 1. Okay, so here what is the steady state gain? We can take the constant term. So k is equal to minus 2, 1.5, 1.5 and 2. Now what is the relative gain array? So we have to find the relative gain array using this equation. Okay, put the value of k12, k21, k11 and k22 in the lambda 11 equation, and then we have to find the value of RGA, that is 0.64, that is lambda 11. So we can put here 0.64, again 0.64, and the another two term is 1 minus 0.64, that is equal to 0.36. So from RGA, it's a 1122 configuration, but according to the dynamic of the system, the time constant of the GP11 and GP22 is very large, and hence this pairing might turn out to be wrong. Okay, because we can get the value of GP11 and GP22 is very large. So the we have to use the extension of the RGA. So the relative disturbance gain V1, that is equal to lambda 11 in this bracket 1 minus KD2 K11 upon KD1 upon KD22, where KD1 and KD2 are the steady state gain of the disturbance of the transfer function of GD1 and GD2. Here you can see that using the RGA, we have to find the most pairing system for this multi-loop system. But if there is a problem using the RGA, we can use the extension of the RGA, and equation of the RGA, extension of RGA is V1, where we have to use the steady state gain of the disturbance transfer function GD1 and GD2. So V1 must be solved. That means effect of the disturbance of the one loop has less effect on the another loop. As we studied the closed loop system in the MIMO system last lecture, we have to try that effect of the disturbance of the one loop that has less effect on the another loop. So for that, we have to use the singular value analysis, SVA. How we can check that the one disturbance is might less affected to the another closed loop? So it is better than RGA. It reveals some facts that are not revealed by the RGA. It is used to selection of the controller, measure and the manipulator variable, evaluation of robotless of the proposed control strategy, and determinant of the best multi-loop configuration. Okay, so first of all, our target is we have to apply the RGA of the multi-loop control system. If we cannot get the best pair using the RGA, we can use the extension RGA, and then we have to find the value of V1, and then we have to check that the one loop disturbance is not disturbed by the another loop. If there is a problem using the extension of RGA, third method is the singular value analysis. Using that, we have to use the based multi-loop control configuration using the singular value analysis. Okay. Now, how singular value analysis is applicable for this particular multi-loop system, and then we have to take one example using the singular value analysis. We have to continuously check the loop, one loop and the another loop, that is not affected by each other, and then we have to check that it is based multi-loop configuration is there, if the selection of the controller is based for this particular system, and we have to select the measure and the manipulated variable for the particular multi-loop system. Okay, so whenever we design the MIMO system, the most important thing is the based pairing of the system, and then we have to select the based controller, based measure variable and the based manipulator variable using the RGA and the SVA. The another method to choose the based combination is the decoupler, that we have to study in the topic of the decoupler. In the decoupler, we can set one by one as a 0, and we can check the base possibility. If we can take three input y1 u1 u2 and u3 for the y1 output, so we can continuous check if y1 is equal to 0, y2 and y3 is based. If u2 is 0, u1 u2 u3 is based, or u3 is equal to 0, the pair of u1 and u2 is based. So using the decoupler, we can also check which pair is based for the multi-loop control configuration. Thank you everyone. If anyone have doubt, then contact me in my email ID.